We're with head football coach Jay Thomas. The Demons have won 2 in a row, have played very well over the last 2 weeks, and are headed to McNeese to play the Cowboys on Saturday night. First things first, Coach Thomas, let's talk about the win over Lamar. What made the difference for the Demons?
Well, I think, at halftime, we challenged our guys to come out the second half and really play a clean half of football, and our players stepped up, really did. Very proud of them for doing that, and did a really good job controlling the tempo of the game. And when we made the plays when we needed to make plays, defense came up with some big plays. Our kicking game came through in the second half for us, and Andy Wickman did a nice job punting the ball there late in the game. And then, of course, our offense down the stretch, Louis Oye made some big-time catches, and Zach Atkins made some big-time throws, and then Lorenz making a big run at the end to seal the deal. So it was a great team win for us.
What has made the difference for this team, not only with the last 2 weeks and the wins, but the progress they've made over the last month?
Well, in any first year, the philosophies have got to get instilled. And, we've gone through some growing pains, but a credit to the team, to our guys. They've all bought in. It's been very rewarding to see the guys make progress, and they've done a great job in those areas. And each week, it's part of the building process, and having winning attitudes and constantly staying positive about what we're trying to get done. I think our staff has done a tremendous job with that. Our players have done that, and I think you look at our senior leadership; those guys have done a tremendous job in that area. But it's part of the process that needs to happen for us, and it's everyone that touches our program, that needs to be positive, and that's the equipment room, that's the training room, that's the weight room, that's academic staff, it's our student body, it's everybody, so we're all in this thing together, and it's part of the process, like I mentioned before, and we just got to keep stacking those blocks on top of one another.
All right, you have the top-ranked defense now in the Southland Conference.
Mm-hmm.
Part of that is also the success of your offense and keeping the defense off the field. Talk about how the defense has evolved and how it all fits together.
Well, that's right, and it's credit to our staff. We came up with a good plan, and we've been able to stick to the plan, and it's benefited the team across the board. And very excited for our defense. Obviously, they've done a tremendous job, and we hadn't really given up the big plays, lately. So that's been really a big positive for us. And winning third down, it's very critical for any defense, and of course, it's very critical on offense to win third down. And we've been able to do that too as well, and really come up with some big third down plays to keep the sticks moving. But our offensive line is where it goes back to. Offensive line and defensive line, those guys have really stepped up to the challenge, been very physical in the box. Something we talked about last week in a private meeting with every guy that played in the box, linebackers, D-line, tight ends, and of course the O-line. And I think that's what we got accomplished Saturday is, we wanted to be very physical in the box. We knew we needed to do that. We needed to win the time of possession. And I think we did. We won it by maybe 4 or 5 minutes, somewhere in that area. So, it's a big positive, man, when you can do that.
Okay, your defense is number 1 in the conference. Now
Right.
you're playing the 2 most explosive offenses in the conference. You've already contained defensively a very explosive Southeastern offense, but now you're going to play McNeese, who's just rung up 69 points. Talk about playing the Cowboys, defending the Cowboys.
Well, every year it's tough to defend those guys. Coach Viatar's staff, been there a long time, had a lot of great success, and they have a lot of good players across the board. Looking at them offensively, big physical offensive line. They've got talented tight ends and quality receivers across the board, plenty of speed. And they've got a 1,000-yard rusher right now, and quarterback. Cody Stroud does a good job. He manages the offense. He gets the ball where it needs to go. He's really fine-tuned himself. I hadn't seen him in a couple of years, or in a year, but he's matured so much, man. He's just handling everything so smoothly. But you have to control and corral so many guys. It's going to be a tough task for our defense, obviously, but we want to go in and do what we do best, and we're going to be multiple, obviously, like everyone else. And, just whenever they catch the ball or, when there's holes, we got to just make sure we have our hats where they need to be. And when we catch the ball, we need to make tackles right there. And you got to defend certain plays that they run. You got to defend them very well because they run them very well.
All right, the red flag this week would be special teams, where the Demons have given up 4 kick or punt returns for touchdowns, and they'll be going against the National Special Teams Player of the Week, Deontay Spencer, who just ran back 3 returns for touchdowns last week.
Right.
Talk about that.
Well, yeah, we got a chore ahead of us. We do, and hey, look forward to the challenge. We've faced some really good ones this year, all year long, and seems like we always get them when they're ranked number 1 in the nation. But that's fine. That's part of the game. Something we're going to have to work on really hard this week. We've got to spend a lot of time with our kick coverage and continue to try to improve. Not schematically, but scheme-wise. Whatever we do, we just got to continue to work on doing our job and trying to do our job the best we can.
Finally, it's NSU, it's McNeese. It's a rivalry. It's a trip down to Lake Charles where the Demons remarkably have not won since 1988, but there have been a lot of close calls sometimes when McNeese was heavily favored. This will be another time when McNeese is heavily favored. What about this game Saturday night in this rivalry?
Well, yeah, and it's a tough place to play when you go down there. There's no doubt about it, and but it's a fun place to go. And you look at it that way, and it's always a great atmosphere when you go into their stadium. Always a big crowd. I know it's our guys will be excited about it. Has been a rivalry. We got a lot of years to break down there. That's over 20 years that we hadn't been able to get it done there. So, we just got to go in and play our game and just enjoy the day. And just go in there, be physical, have fun, play fast, play smart, and let's see if we can't push it to the fourth quarter and see. And for us to have a shot, it's going to have to be close. We know that. So we just got to play all 3 phases very soundly.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it, brother.
We're here with senior defensive end Keland Johnson. He has helped the Demon football team to 2 straight wins, and now they're heading to McNeese on Saturday night to take on the Cowboys, going for an upset win that put them above 500 on the season. Keland, your team is playing really well right now. Why?
Well, Coach gave us a task, and we know just go out there and accomplish it. Do whatever it takes. We go out and practice each and every day, work hard every day, and we just keep that task in mind, and then it shows up on Saturday.
It certainly showed up defensively on Saturday as a defensive end for the Demons. You were part of a team that held Lamar to 5 yards rushing and to only 263 total yards, but yardage really doesn't matter. It's all about the points. This is a team that scored 56 a week earlier. They only scored 2 offensive touchdowns against the Demons. How did you guys play so well against Lamar?
Well, Coach T gave us we watched the video before in meetings. We watched the video that Friday, and Lamar gave us a challenge that they could run the ball really good, and we stepped up into the challenge and showed them that you can't run on us. So I think we kind of had it on our mind going into the game that we're not going to let them run on us.
Okay, you turn the page now, and there have been 2 offenses other than Southeastern that have been putting up big numbers all year long. They're the last 2 teams you're going to play, McNeese and Stephen F. Austin. Let's first look at McNeese, a team that scored 69 last week and has been one of the best offenses in the country all year long. How does the Purple Swarm defend the McNeese Cowboy offense?
Well, we know what we have to do. We have to come out and get on top of them first. McNeese, they're a really good team. They ranked in the country, but we're not going to let that overshadow what we have to do. And we just have to step up to the plate, just like how we do each and every week. Go in, know what we got to do, know our job. Everybody just got to do their job, and we'll come out on top.
It's McNeese Northwestern. What does that mean to you guys?
Well, we haven't beat them since I haven't beat them since I got here. So, I'm going out with something on my shoulder because McNeese they're a pretty good team, but it's gonna be a good game. We're gonna come in, play as hard as we can, and hopefully we come out on top against a really good team.
Okay. Can you talk about the team's confidence level now that you've got 2 wins back to back?
Well, right now it's at an all-time high. We know we can win against big-time opponents, and we know we can finish the second half. So we kind of putting everything together, and we know that going into next week, everything has to be on point. Like, it has to be no type of flaws. You know, we know we're gonna mess up, but we know how to bounce back from mistakes. So we're gonna come back and do like we do every other week. Don't change anything. Just keep everything at the same level, and then we can see the results maybe.
And you hit upon what my next question was going to be about this team's ability to respond to adversity. This team has certainly matured and shown, particularly in the last 2 weeks, that you guys can handle tough breaks, bounce back from them, and make winning plays. Mm-hmm. What has led to this point?
Well, I mean, as far as the chemistry go, is somebody make a big play, you know, you see the rest of the team, they get live, get up, they jumping up and down. I mean, that sends that energy goes throughout the whole team, and then it carries over in the offense and the special teams, and you know, it's just when we pull for one another, that's what got us to where we at right now. So, I mean, that's probably the big deal about it.
All right, speaking of big plays, you made more than your share last week. We ordinarily don't go back to last week. Yeah. But what do you think about the news that has just been announced that Keland Johnson is the Southland Conference Defensive Player of the Week?
It's a great honor. I mean, it's a real great honor. I mean, I really give all the thanks to my teammates, man. I mean, some of them plays, man, if it weren't for the D lineman Deem and Dion, man, I wouldn't have made none of them. I mean, I owed a sack to Deem because he put 2 offensive linemen on top of the quarterback. He had no choice but to move, and man, it's a team effort and not just an individual thing, man. I'm all for the team, and we work for each other. So, I mean, that's what it is.
Well, your coaches wanted me to surprise you on video. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We're with senior offensive lineman Warren Jones, and we say offensive lineman because he is playing both center and guard coming down the stretch of the season for the Demons. And the Demons are winning, 2 wins in a row. Warren, what's the secret to the Demons' success?
Just keep grinding, you know, and it's gonna crack open, and it's been cracking open lately. Just got to keep hard work up.
Your team has developed some confidence. Your team has developed a knack for overcoming adversity. And your team is showing an offense that can get the job done and get points on the board, which was not something they were doing earlier in the season. What makes the Demons able to end those drives now with points?
Well, perseverance, because there's going to be adversity. We just got to push through that. Like last week, we had an interception return for a touchdown. That didn't get us down. The next drive, we punched it in and scored.
Okay. Offensive line has been dynamic, particularly the last 2 weeks. What have you guys done differently or better that has really raised the level of performance?
Well, just going into it, just knowing it's hard work. Like every week, Coach Norton has a theme or something. And last week it was construction had, and this past week it was war. So he's just been going at it like that, and just different enthusiasm every week to get the job done.
What did last Saturday's win mean for this football team? You'd beaten Central Arkansas, which is a nationally ranked team, but putting a back-to-back win together, putting 2 wins together, what does that mean?
Well, it's building confidence for us, and it's just showing us who we really are and just having us to compete at the level we should be competing at. Although things aren't perfect, but we're getting there.
Okay, now you're playing a McNeese team that is a top 10 ranked team, that's a very explosive team, scored 69 last week. Offensively, knowing how they can score, does that put pressure on the Demons to score?
Well, our job is to score, so whatever we need to score, we need to score it.
All right, talk about that McNeese Northwestern rivalry. This is your second season here, and I know it's a game that the team looks at as soon as the schedule comes out and kind of mentally circles that date.
Yes, sir. Well, last year, it was a close game. We lost by a little, and this year we just looking forward to getting that W down there and playing the blue team.
Now, McNeese has not lost to Northwestern at home in 25 years. Does that mean anything to you guys?
Well, yes, it does. It means that we need to go down there and handle business.
Very good. What will it take to get that done on Saturday night in Cowboy Stadium?
Focus and being physical and just executing the plays that the coaches call.
All right, Warren, thank you very much. Congratulations on the 2 straight wins.
Thank you.